Perashat Naso, Hiddush, Sivan, Tafshin Peh. Somebody asked me a question during the shi'ur. It was a very good question. It's a question that I thought of myself. And I went to sleep at night, woke up the next morning, and I had the answer. And the question was as follows. There's three laws in regards to the Nazir. The first law is with respect to Yain v'Shechar, the prohibition against wine, derivatives of wine, grapes, derivative of grapes. When it brings that law, it says, Kol Yemen Nizro, Mekol Asher Ye'aseh Megefen Hayayin. Look what it says, Kol Yemen Nizro, for all of the days of his Nezirut. The word Nezirut there is a noun. Kol Yemen Nizro, the prohibition against wine and the derivatives thereof. Then the second law. The second law is Ta'ar lo ya'abol ad rosho. And how does it bring that? Similar language. Kol Yemen Neder Nizro. Here it says Kol Yemen Nizro. Here it says Kol Yemen Neder Nizro. Again, here the word Nizro is a noun, right? Why does it say Neder Nizro and not Nizro? That's a great she'ela, and also something that Be'ezrat Hashem I will be zocheh to answer. And finally, there is the third law. Look at the third law. And here's where it's an anomaly. Kol yemeh haziro ladonai alefesh met lo yavo. Look what it says. It doesn't say kol yemen nizro or kol yemen neder nizro. With respect to tum'at metim, it says kol yemeh haziro. He's going to be mazir et asmo la Hashem. Right? Here haziro, of course, is a verb. So why does it switch? Again, in case of wine, it says kol yemen nizro, the days of his nezirut. In the case of Ta'ar, it says kol yemen neder nizro, the days of his nezirut, or the days of the neder of his nezirut. And finally, in the case of Tum'at Met, it says kol yemei haziro ladonai al nefesh met lo yavo. What the other laws is not la Hashem. This is not la Hashem. Kol yemen nizro is not la Hashem. Kol yemen neder nizro is not la Hashem. Zachiti. When a person doesn't have wine, that affects him. What do I mean that affects him? There's a natural desire to have wine. During Hiddush, Friday night, a person wants to have wine. He tastes from the wine, it gives him a certain hana'ah. It doesn't have to be Hiddush. A person now is b'mesibah, and they're having wine, and he wants to taste the wine. The pasuk says, V'yayin yesamach levav enosh. So the wine makes a person happy. It gives him a certain hana'ah. So in that case, it's kol yemeh nizro. It's something that he's doing to himself. He's denying himself from wine. Okay. What about ta'ar? Ta'ar lo ya'abol ad rosho. So many people now, during the COVID-19 crisis that has plagued the world, are not taking haircuts because there are no barbers available, or it's difficult to find a barber, or people don't want to become exposed to a barber. So in any event, people are not getting haircuts, and it's causing a certain, let's say, agmat nefesh, in the sense that normally a person is well groomed, he feels good about the way he looks in the morning, his hair is well groomed, he gets a haircut, it gives him a certain hana'ah. So again, here it says, Kol yemen neder nizro. It's his nezirut. He's doing it to himself. Example of not getting a haircut. I feel I understand the idea of the Nazir, because like many of you watching this video, we have not been able to get a haircut, and it causes us a certain lack of simcha. That we used to get simcha. You go to the barber, he cuts your hair, you feel good, especially lichot Shabbat, and now we're not doing that. But now let's go to the third thing. The third thing is al nefesh met lo yavo. If a person doesn't go to a bet kevarot, does that hurt the person? Is there some special ta'ava that a person has to go to the bet kevarot? Or is there a special, hana'ah that a person gets from being under a gag with a met? Of course not. Unless a shoteh, only shotim like to go to, if a shoteh wants to go to, the shotim want to be in the bet kevarot all the time. Regular person doesn't want to be in a bet kevarot. But the Torah and the mitzvot was not given to the shotim. The Torah and the mitzvot was given to benei chorim, pikrim, and a normal person does not spend his time in Bet Kevarot, and he certainly doesn't get hana'ah from going to a Bet Kevarot. And that's the omek. It says, Kol yemeh haziro ladonai. That's something you're doing for Hashem. You're not afflicting yourself. It's not neder nizro. You know, person says, I make a neder that I'm not going to look at a blank wall anymore. What's neder? Wait. Well, my blank wall, not look at a blank wall. What hana'ah does a person get from looking at a blank wall? That's meaningless. So we say, I'm making neder not to enter Bet Kevarot. Okay, so what? You're not going to Bet Kevarot. Well, we're gonna applaud you for that. We're gonna say, wow, monea et asmo mehana'at Bet Kevarot. There's no hana'at Bet Kevarot. That's why it's kol yemei haziro ladonai. So that's the omek of the pasuk, and he said, this is something for Hashem. You want to be close to Hashem? You should be far away from Tumat Metim, right? Far away from Tumat Metim, far away from Batei Kevarot. Bet Kevarot is not a place of Kedusha. A Bet Kevarot is a place of Tum'ah, right? And here we see also the attitude of the Torah. Is that Bet Kevarot is not a place that we want to be. We want to visit Batei Kevarot. I heard that many of the great Hachamim, they didn't used to visit Batei Kevarot. They didn't do that. That's a new minhag. That's something apparently that started in a latter generation. Ben kach uben kach, that's haziro laHashem. So the same way Kohen is not allowed to be metamel metim, the Nazir is not allowed to be metamel metim, and in so doing, you become closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu.